Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some more AP TI84 plus graphing calculator stuff. It's a second practice section that's determining minimums or maximums of an original function with a given derivative. So here's what we want to do in this example. I want to find the x value of the local minimum here, and let's see it. I know the derivative is given as e to the x minus 5e to the negative 5x plus 1. I know the interval is -3 to 3. So I need to find the local minimum given a derivative. Well, if I've got a minimum and the derivative is given, I know that the derivative tells me the slope. And if it's a minimum, the slope should go down. So the slope should be negative, then it goes horizontal, then it goes up. So the derivative should be negative, 0, and then up. So I'm looking for x-intercepts on the derivative. And it switches from negative to positive. So again, let's enter that into our function. So I go y equals, and I get to clear what's in there, hit clear, and then I'm going to write, let's see, or type in second function, e to the x minus 5 alpha, oops, not alpha, second, e to the x, negative 5x, and then arrow over, plus 1. So that's the derivative. So what I need to do is to see a change in the derivative from negative to 0 to positive. So let's take a look at this. So I want to look at the table. Second function, table setup. And I probably want my table to start at, look what it says here, -3. So I'm going to start my table at -3. And I've got to go all the way up to 3. I'm going to go by 0.1s. And now I've done that, I'm going to go second and table. And I can see right now the derivative is negative. So it is a decreasing function right here. But I need to go down my table. Still negative, still negative, still negative. Holy, it's very, very negative. Keep going, keep going. Oh, it's getting less and less negative, less and less negative. And there we go. I see a switch at about, at 0.1, it's negative 0.92, but at 0.2, it's 0.38. Okay, so in this case, it looks like I've got a switch at about 0.1 or between 0.1 and 0.2. So now I can go back and I can actually solve that equation. So let's go into our solver, and I know it's it's definitely negative to positive, so it's a minimum. So it's going downhill, then it goes horizontal, and then it goes uphill. That's a minimum. So now I have to go math, solver. I have a solver, and what I need to do is, oh, sorry, you might hear my, I think my dog just tried to get out the front door. My apologies. So I've got to solve this equation. So I'm going to go up here and clear that equation out. And now I'm going to type in. So it's going to be second function, e to the x, and brackets, minus 5, second function, e to the negative 5x, and bracket, plus 1. Hit enter, and I want it to be around 0.1 is my guess, right? It looked like it was 0.1, and then I hit alpha, enter, and there's my answer, 0.1659. So at x equals 0.1659, that would be a local minimum or local extrema, or relative extrema is another phrase for that. Okay, so we use the table to look where it changed, then I go into the solver and I have a first guess. Okay, so what you should do now, folks, is try this one here and do the exact same thing. Okay, and process-wise, it's going to be easier with a multiple choice because you can just use the table at that point. You don't have to actually use the solver because you're going to get these answers here, right? And you'll be able to get them exactly. So again, you go by 0.1s, but you're going to look for a change in sign. Good luck with doing that, folks.